Hey, my bad, I'm back. Let's do more, zero time. It's not, no, not called that, zero escape. It is not zero time. When you're up enough,
Funya Rimpa. See,
zero time.
I mean, this totally looks like one. Here and here.
Junpei indicated, parts of the picture that look exactly like the other parts. After 3 seconds of silence, Lotus looked at Junpei.
What the hell is a Funya Rimpa?
What? What do you mean? What the hell is a Funya Rimpa? You mean you don't know?
How
You
the
don't
hell would I
know?
know?
How could you not know? That's practically blasphemous. Say you're sorry. Apologize to the Funya Rimpa. Goodness, you are such a rude woman.
Another 3 seconds of awkward silence went by. Lotus opened her mouth
Junpei, are
and she
you
shook.
just screwing around? Forget it. I'm just gonna tell you. This is a dog. See? Like this.
Don't stop doing it for me. Dog. Dog. I kind of saw it when we saw it in the background, but now I lost it again. Lotus pointed out parts of the picture and eventually a dog took shape in them. Yo, look at this dude. With his nose, she had a point. What's dog? Santa also nodded. in agreement.
So, now we know what it's a picture of, but I don't see how that helps us.
Lotus nodded
A
and began
TV
to
show
speak.
from Great Britain did an experiment once.
The Great Britain.
They took two similar pictures.
honored.
Both of them were difficult to identify, initially.
Initially.
But once you figured out the answer, you couldn't see it as anything else.
I'm gonna click on this. I want it to be my screen. Thank you.
These two pictures. The first was a woman wearing a hat. The other one, well, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog. So, their experiment. First, they sent the picture to other parts of the world, outside the reach of British airwaves.
I'm not seeing the one. I see the one with the head. Never mind.
To Ireland, the US,
There's a lot of
Africa,
filler to it.
Europe, etc. Then, in each country, they gathered a number of test subjects, roughly 1,000 people. They were shown the two pictures and asked, "What does this picture look like to you?" The results weren't really interesting on their own. .2% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. Then, 2 days later, they aired a new program on their show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution.
The funding for this, my goodness.
The audience was estimated to be 200,000 people.
To watch a picture of a
After the
dog?
broadcast, it was a safe bet that the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture was at least that many. After another 2 days passed, they gathered more research subjects from areas outside the reach of British TV and radio. This time, they only found a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them had participated in the first test. They were, however, given the same tests and the same two pictures. The results were startling. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture.
That's not how I saw the lady in the lady picture. Mostly Renala. I thought the whiteness to the right of the lady was like her sitting in like a chair sideways, and she had a really poofy hat and had like a poofy outfit on. Like getting a haircut, having the cloak over.
Previous tests sat at a 9.2% success rate. Not much of a change statistically. The dog picture, however, produced a very different result. The percentage of people able to successfully find the dog, it went from 3.9% to 6.8%, a very significant increase. So do you understand? Do you realize the significance of this experiment?
So what you're saying is, as a collection of people, sorry, I was gone for like 40 minutes. If we kind of forgot where we were like, left off here. You're going back to the morphogenic field. It's like they were being guided. Like the cells are she said that telepathically like ushering like a certain line for them to follow.
There was no way the second group could have seen the picture. They lived far away from Britain and couldn't have seen it.
Or is it still,
Even
anecdotal?
so, it was only the
Which
success
is more
of the
I'm
dog
leaning
picture
towards.
that went up. Why? How did that happen? What does it mean?
You're telling me only 10% saw a dog? We'll just look back and forth, from Junpei to Santa and back again. Normally calm and collected, she looked now as though she was very nearly possessed, and there was something manic about her manner. Santa took an involuntary step backward. Junpei didn't budge and started staring back at Lotus's
does this have
eyes.
something to do with that field, or whatever it was that you were talking about earlier?
Morphogenic field?
A field not visible to the eye. So, if more people know the answer, then that information will pass through the field. Huh.
Huh. Her manner suddenly shifted, and Lotus smiled broadly at Junpei and Santa. Waved her hands submissively, doing her best to laugh the whole confrontation off.
I was just kidding. You really shouldn't take me seriously.
Get over time, dear.
I mean, the things I just told you about are true. They really did happen. But the results of that experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for the ratings. They are a TV station after all.
Alas, it seemed the Santa had gained control of his composure.
Alright! Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute.
So, like, this dude's 17. You told me he was like in his mid-30s. She looks like she's low 30s. You're telling me she's like actually like 84?
Really
We're going off the Santa's age?
Of course not. Like I told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience.
Oh, okay, right.
Santa and Lotus laughed and gave one another jovial claps on the shoulder. What if... Keep it moving forward, guys. Junpei, however, didn't feel so much like laughing. Something felt wrong, unclear.
All right, enough nonsense. We've got the key. Let's get out of here.
Word.
Lotus and Santa walked away from the picture, but Junpei stayed staring at the picture of a dog.
A field not visible to the naked eye. Morphogenetic field.
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Dude, we gotta get some aspirin. Alright, let's go to the hallway. I'll get June, you guys head to the door. Okay, roger that. I just assume she's been sitting there in the shower curtain, just twiddling her thumbs. Talking to ghosts. Or the wall, same thing. Yes, unlocked. Good job, Junpei. But now we can get going. Come on, what are you guys standing around for? Let's get out of here. Come on, Jumpy, let's go. Alright, let's go. You found it. They stepped through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway.
Another hallway.
Yes, Junpei. I'm narrating myself. Junpei and June noticed Santa stop for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway.
Come on, open!
Thank God they have all these railings here. I might tip
It's
over.
not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it!
They took hold and shook, but it refused to move.
Look over here!
Nearby was a pair of elevators.
And the buttons? Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice. Yeah.
And the chair with the 3 flowers.
Sure does.
Well then, let's open it.
All right, here I go.
Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed
Oh.
shortly.
So it's a kitchen.
Senta did not look pleased.
What were you expecting?
Isn't it obvious? The exit? I was hoping this would be the way out of here.
You really think it'd be that easy?
Yeah, I know. Still,
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last she stood in
If
front
we
of a
could
door.
just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
But don't we need a key for that? Jumpy? Jumpy?
Good.
Guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Junpei dug in, the ship map from his pocket and spread it out in front of him.
Hey,
As he did,
what's that?
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the
me
map
see
away
that.
from him. She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself.
see? Look.
Yes, yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did
What
as
did
she
you
was
figure
as he was
out?
told. Senta and June moved over to look at the map
This
as
is
well.
handy.
See? We came in here. Now if we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
Yeah. I see where we are, but like, really? This is the most high quality map you can get? With their finger, Lotus traced a path on the map. There's 3 other doors for us to go out here, with 1 being locked.
How about that?
Sorry for it, I didn't see the 2
Right.
below the text.
You can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back.
Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and
Thanks.
handed it back to Jumpy. Thanks. He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket.
There's a card reader on the right side of the door.
And that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
That seems the most likely.
Well, 2 of those doors are
All right,
Metal.
we know what we need to do then.
and have no handle.
Let's get moving. First off,
And are practically
I
a
say
wall.
we split up and look for clues.
Okay.
Well, another door looked bolted down too until we get a lock for it. Or a key to it, sorry. Seek a way out. Yes. 1, 2, 3, there's 10 of them. Flip these over, they look like hats. Middle is super deep for a plate. There's soup plates. Made that way so the soup doesn't spill. If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think that a poor college student has the money to do something like that? 9 plates look pretty expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come in square plates. Okay, well, excuse me, princess. A voucher that says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming there's for seafood. How the heck could you tell that? They look just like any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. Feel sorry for June. Why the heck are you bringing up June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You are not terribly subtle. bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. Those plates are for serving meat. Oh, you really are ignorant, aren't you? Come on, there's nothing I need to know this crap. Jeez, I'm sure it's meat. Tea? The table looks really old-fashioned. Probably means this is an old boat. Yes. Wow, this pot looks like it's made out of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Such a day even happened for me. Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. It's a partition that splits the room. On the right side of the wall. One of the swinging doors. You see them a lot in between kitchens and dining areas and restaurants. Without this door, you need to run all the way around the partition to get to the other side. You still have to. They can't like. It's not like the entire thing is a door. It's still the specific spot whether there's a door there or not. It'd really be a pain in the butt, huh? Well, I guess it's not really important, but still. So much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans. Is that fresh cheese? Probably a pantry. It's fresh cheese, baby. Hey, something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? Alright guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. Little green bottle back there. Bottle, you want me to cook? Is that what I wanted to do? Appetizer to table 9, soup to table A, seafood to F, and then meat to table 10. Could probably use this to make something slippery. Oh, there are a number of cheeses lined up on the shelf. This is Gouda cheese, most famous Dutch cheese. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So you can store it in a room temperature for quite a while. So we can eat this? Most likely. I'm not hungry at all. Guess it's not hard to get hungry in a situation like this. Bolt is rested in place. It won't budge. Of course, maybe if I put some oil on it. Hey, just a little bit of oil and... Come on, you little son of a gun. Whoa. Ah, yeah, got you, little dude. You did a jumpy. You're so smart. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight, crossed his chest, doing what he could to conserve body
It's
heat.
cold in here. What is this place?
Bro, you're wearing like 18 hoodies.
Are you blind?
Santa is the one you should be worried about here.
A freezer.
Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. But a fish. Freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Notice, however, it wasn't an even worse situation.
No way. That's way too cold for me. I'll
Okay,
freeze
stay out
solid
here,
in
I got it.
seconds. Sorry, but I'm
Not
afraid
true.
I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest.
What's it, like minus 30 in here? And with that, she ran out of the room. But just left June
Oh,
came in.
whoa. It's really cold in here.
I don't know, like in my mind, I'm like, this is imitating the Titanic. It couldn't be like more than like minus 10. 0 degrees. I don't know, part of me is like pre-Titanic, or like pre-30s is like all like horses and thinking carriages. No electric. June had already
Hey,
started to
you
shiver.
don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine.
Don't volunteer as
Fever's
Santa.
gone now.
But
Jumpy had scarcely opened his mouth.
Huh?
When the thunderous sound of metals upon metal rang out from behind them, instantly they spun around to find the door they had only recently come through was closed.
no!
Jumpy rushed to the door.
Why did it suddenly close?
Desperately, he grabbed a hold of the doorknob. It was cold beyond cold,
The
and really
knob's
touching it was
frozen.
painful.
But why?
They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the
It looks
door
like
had
the
ruptured.
pipe next to it broke, and
Water released by the rupture had hit the door and froze it instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
You're out there, right? Open the door!
What do you
Wasting no
want?
time in responding.
What's going on?
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side, please!
Oh, fine. If you say so. Hold on.
Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. When the grunting ceased, they could hear light panting as if
It's
from
no
exertion.
use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
Nice real team player there, Lotus.
God damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. Jean was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling cold. You have like 3 jackets. You could spare one of them to Santa. Well, everyone, with every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their
Anyway,
bodies.
let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Sorry, Santa.
Yeah.
You don't got a brain, man.
All right. Let's just take a
Wait, you met me?
look around this room, okay?
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. Sturdy rope. So much stuff in here. Why don't we take some of it out, Jumpy? Water bottle. That's a huge water bottle. Okay, close. Some frozen meat up there. Looks like pork. What's this? Looks like a tag or something. Chunk of pork. Some paper in the meat. I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If I had to pull it out, I'd probably rip. And defrost that? I don't think we're gonna be able to do that in this room. Do it for yourself. If there's anything else interesting. Dry ice. Jumpet picked up the dry ice with his sleeves as to avoid burning
Dry
himself.
ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again.
Hell if I know. How is that gonna help us anyway?
Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here.
They were about to move on when June spoke up.
Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid.
Junpei looked at her dumbfounded.
How do you know that?
Despite my looks,
Snapple
I'm
fact.
the queen of random knowledge.
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off. Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yuff, that's fight.
You're just
my
doing
God.
it on purpose, aren't you?
June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself.
Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder
Yeah.
why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Jumpy.
It is kind of weird.
But
June
it
answered.
can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere, normal air pressure.
It won't turn into a liquid, right?
That's right. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimating and change immediately from a solid state to a gaseous one.
See, that is weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
June replied with an
There's
answer
a
that
kind
stunned
of
both of them.
ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Huh?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees?
You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until 96 degrees. Junpei was cold as heck, but it was too interesting to ignore. It is best to warm up by rubbing his arms and stamping his feet.
So
then
what's
put
this
the question
ice
to
with a
June.
melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O.
Good old H20 bottoms up, boys.
Think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yup. Have
She
you
wasn't
heard
finished.
the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For
Glycerin.
150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin on its way to England
History
by
lesson.
ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. All glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating.
Bird towards a morphogenic.
Communicating in some way
Theory?
that we can't sense. And now it's happening everywhere.
I thought they were leaning more towards like there was a certain gas combination that caused it to crystallize, and as it crystallized, it would give off that its own version of the gas, which is kind of like an infection. Jumpy. Honestly impressed. It was in fact a pretty interesting story.
It's pretty interesting. But,
Why would you be annoyed?
what does that have to do with Ice 9?
To his surprise, it was Santa and not June
What
who
she's
answered.
saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean.
A lot like? Oh, that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees? Man.
It'd be the end of the world.
Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper
At
care.
any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
It was right.
Alright,
Junpei
guys,
shivered.
I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kind of at fault here, but we can't be screwing
I'll live for
around
being
with
off
it.
topic, man.
So seriously, I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. I freaking hate the cold. So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold
Selfish,
wasn't
isn't
affecting him.
he?
Santa was right, and it was high time they got back
Ice
to their
9 is
search.
interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. Hey Junpei, didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah, there's a warm water coming out of the pipe. Warm water and dry ice, what do you think would happen if we put stuff in a steel container together? Empty water bottle. I think it's pretty small. I don't think it fit anything very big in there. It makes sense. Water dripping from the pipe. Looks like where the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and froze it in place. The water actually seems almost warm. Can you fill the... No luck. The water can't break it. Too much mist to see what's going on out there over the other end. This thing's covering something. Frozen solid. I can't flip it over. Frozen chicken. Really hard is frozen stiff. Hey June, can you say that again? Huh? Say it again. It's really hard. Again. It's really hard. Thanks. Something wrong, Junpei? Face is bright red. Nothing, I'm fine. If it's that hard, you can probably use it as a hammer. Make a good point. Maybe we could use it to break something. Alright, the dry ice is now in pieces now. Crumble. Well, you crushed it up pretty good, you should be able to get into anything you want now. Did you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal something that's airtight? Put the dry ice into a water bottle. Put the dry ice into a water bottle, Jumpy. If it explodes, it could probably blast away the ice on the door. How are you gonna get it to stay against the doorknob? I wish to combine. There you go. Oh, whoops. Warm water dripped from the ruptured
Put water
pipe
into
to the door.
bottle with dry ice, and make sure the lid's closed. Now I just have to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob. Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now?
We just need to give it a little, tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own.
A small rock. Huh. A small rock.
Junpei looked down at the floor. Scattered across it were pieces of dry ice left over from the large chunk he crushed earlier. He pulled his sleeve down over his head to keep from getting burned and grabbed a chunk
some
of dry ice.
huh?
Pretty good size, about as big as
Alright,
a
guys,
pool ball.
stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
While Santa and June
Where
looked at him with
exactly
new
do you
concern.
expect us to hide, genius?
There isn't really anywhere big enough.
Yeah, there is. Look, right here. We can hide in there.
Junpei pulled open the door to the small cellar.
Come on, get inside, quick.
Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. In his hand he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. Tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared
All
to
right,
throw.
here I go. 3, 4, 5.
You're counting the wrong way.
Oh, oops.
That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man.
Sorry, dude. All right, for real this time. You guys ready?
You may want to warn Lotus, he could just be
Yes,
napping inside the
whenever
door
you're
waiting
ready.
for you guys to open it.
Just throw the damn thing.
All right, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
So they jumped into the thing. Why not just like open it and stand at the other side of the door? Unless it was parallel, or not parallel to the door where they couldn't block themselves. Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. Same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Santa and June just as. Junpei leapt out of the cellar and ran to the door.
Jumpy! The ice on the door! Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
The blast must have shattered it.
Yes. All right, let's see if it opens.
Jumpy grabbed the knob and pushed with all his might. The door gave way easily, and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at
Hooray!
once.
We're out!
June, relieved, collapsed onto the
Move!
floor. Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill, which he immediately grabbed.
Oh, god damn it! Hot, 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 hot! Fuck!
Proceeded to kick the grill in the futile but amusing
Well, you
fit
did
of
just
rage.
grab the grill. What did you think would happen? Hey, where's Lotus?
Good Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, lightly scratching her chest.
Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys.
The gray yawn, Lotus lowered herself off the counter. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked towards her.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die!
Oh, yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out all right, didn't it?
What the hell?
Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'd be stuck here, and I'd die too. See? I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door. But I couldn't find anything. So, all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops?
It was true that there wasn't much she could have done. Something about her tone.
Fine.
Junpei gritted his teeth.
There's one thing I have to ask you.
What's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
What? You think I closed the door on you? Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you die, then I die too.
Yeah, I guess so.
Seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure.
If she really wanted to kill us, all she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything. She's only lazy, or negligent at least. Not an attempted murderer.
Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to apologize.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Oh, yes, well that's alright. As long as you understand.
Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the grill complete, Santa swaggered back towards Junpei and
Hey,
Lotus.
no more screwing around, you two. Break time's over. Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
How rude! I was plenty busy.
Yeah. How about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go.
I wish to leave over here. I wish to go past the door. A lot of notes. Got a bunch of stuff written on them. Doesn't look like a code or anything like that. Where do you think you're going? Oh, I was just thinking I'd check out to see if we missed anything inside the freezer. Why would we have missed anything? We searched that whole dang place. We put our lives on the line, man. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't need to go back there. Yeah, we should go to the grill. Yes, that partition. That'll do it. Jumpy, you could probably heat stuff up there now, you know. Huh? There you go. I'll put me on the grill. Hey, what are you doing? We're eating good tonight, boys. What are you gonna do with the paper burns? Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? You gotta keep an eye on it, and the paper will be fine. Well, they can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on this pork. About time. I'm gonna try taking the paper out. Be careful. Sweet of her to carry, but I know what I'm. Ouch. See? Told you. What the heck are you doing? Hurry up, take the paper out. Not coming out. Things frozen stiff. I can't get it out. You're gonna have to cut the meat. Is that way? Was there a blade? No, you can't. I already checked. Sealed shut. Sealed shut. Sorry. I think that's where the coal goes. See the metal gray on top of the grill? They don't make it so. They don't make it like that. They make it like that so the fat and juices can drip off into the meat while it cooks. Pots in a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. And you could use some of those as weapons. What kind of idiot are you? We're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious? Yeah, this is only a partition. Oh, countertop. Rolling pin and colander here. Nothing useful. Nothing in here. Hey Santa, digging through the trash really suits you. What the heck did you just say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you just pissed and moaned, so I did it for you. Oh my. I didn't recall asking you to do anything. Arga, I ought to throttle you. Squeeze me? Does it feel colder in here? Being folded around food, I suppose. A sink. Still got water in it. A couple of plates in there, but I don't think they're gonna help us much. A whetstone. What are you gonna do with that? Oh crap, don't tell me you're gonna try and smash open the card reader. Are you an idiot? If you do that, then we'll never get out of here. Oh yeah, I guess that would be bad, huh? Those whetstones are only gonna be useful if we need to sharpen something. Maybe the table's preparing food and there are plates everywhere. Have we seen any blades at all? Of this sort? I'll assume the code is for the papers for this, so. Oven timer? Probably for entering a passcode. The door is locked. My guess is it'll open if we put this in correct code. Iron oven looks pretty heavy duty. Probably industrial quality. But you could cook anything with this. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Darn, I knew it. It's locked. Can I break it and then sharpen it to be sharp? Some bottles of seasoning in here. Countertop, rolling pin and colander, nothing useful in other words. Sharpen a can? Milk in here? Milk is in the iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight. Looks like some kind of large tin container. Well, it's empty. It's a tank with a pipe coming out of it. Nothing really that special about it. The lights, buddy. Nothing weird about that. Door we came through? Not locked, so we could go back out, but what's the point, right? All that's out there is the iron gate and dead end hallway. Yup. Might as well be locked for all that's good coming back out there to do. Key or knife. Am I blind? I think so, yeah. There's a voucher at the end of the table. Voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table. Appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F on the voucher. Plates on the table are 9 appetizer, 16 meat, 10 soup, 15 seafood. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here. Hexadecimal is number of system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, A, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. I got a phone call. One sec. Sorry, the base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, E 14, F 15, and 10 equals 16. 10 could become 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it just as 6 letters added to the normal number system after 9. A10, B11, C12, D13, E14, F15, and 10, 16. And so on. I think I get it. Doesn't give me a knife though, I'm looking for a knife. Hexadecimal, yes. Remember I told you? I do remember, yes. What would 9 plus F be? Be 19. 24, whoops. I was thinking it was 5, I don't know why. Good job. Fast learner. But like I need a knife. Am I missing like a stinking drawer somewhere? You don't budge? Can I look up? Couple plates in the water. Is there a knife in the water? No. Alright, give me just a minute. We'll do a little bit more. Give me a savey davy.